Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and sell the land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears, we back in the building. Me and Verkeezy, shout out C's, shout out Juice Man, and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? It all happened in the week though, man. What we talking about?
So this week in sports, we're going to start with the professional NFL, not the NFL, Professional Flag Football League. So the NFL is partnering with some big companies to start a professional flag football league. I guess, Rose, after they got their butts kicked in that little flag football tournament a couple weekends ago, I guess they saw that there was a need for it and that a lot of people want to see it. Now, I will say this, as somebody who has NFL Network and somebody who's been a fan of the NFL for a long time, and I've been paying attention for the last 10 years, they've been trying to promote flag football on the youth levels, but now they're trying to promote it to an adult audience. So this is definitely going to be interesting to see what the rules and stipulations be, because for those who play flag football or watch flag football or participate in flag football at any point in time, there's so many different rules. You have 5-on-5, 7-on-7. I was part of a men's 9-on-9 league that had a little bit of contact. So it's going to be interesting to see how the NFL tries to set it up. But, hey, I also want to see what them contracts going to look like, because you're going to have a lot of people who feel like, hey, man, I could probably make a living doing this.
Yeah, and it's wondering how many games you're going to have, what cities are going to sign up, and it's like people, what's going to be the age limits? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Duran. You know what I'm saying. He's on a semi-pro team, and that's a real team. Like that would be something for people like him. You know what I'm saying? Athletes that, you know what I'm saying, that didn't make it all the way, but can be, can still be on the scene,
can still play, and possibly feel like, you know what, man, like, and like I said, it depends on like what you said with the salary. Because if we're talking 50 a year, if you're getting 50 a year to play flag football, that's a nice little job. If we're getting up to like 80 to 100, I mean, that's definitely
even better.
Now you definitely opening the doors for a lot of, people who play college football that don't make it. They might say, you know what? Hey, man, I might not want to go to Canada and play football. I might just do this flag football gimmick.
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing, and any way that's going to generate some money to people that's doing what they love to do is a great thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because people that play flag football, they play it because they love the game. They love football. You know what I'm saying? Nobody just sign up, I want to play flag football. No, as a kid, that was the first step for you to put on the pads. So growing up, you know what I'm saying, when I was in school and coaching, that was the first team that I had to coach was a flag football team. And then the coach that was signing with me, he played for on the real football team for George Southern. But he couldn't make it to all the practices, so it was basically my team. So, and I didn't know nothing about no football. I didn't learn no X's and O's, but I had to learn this and that, X and O's, to put in plays so to teach these young kids this is what we go do.
Yeah.
So it was a fun time in my life. It was fun.
Now, flag football is definitely a fun activity to do, man. And if you love football, man, it's going to be fun to potentially see this league rise up. It's going to definitely be interesting to see who the sponsors be. If it's on ESPN, if it's on CBS, If it's on one of these streaming platforms, where will it be? How will people be able to watch this upcoming league potentially? So moving on to a league that's been around for a long time, we have the women's Final Four. The first game of the Final Four just concluded with South Carolina's women team defeating Gino's UConn team. We still have Texas versus UCLA coming up next. What's your thoughts on the Final Four so far?
So I'm so happy for Dawn Staley. I'm so happy for her and her girls. Um, I'm just so happy for them because they took down the beast. And this is their chance to get back on top. They took him down. It was. I remember me and you talked about it before it started. Like it was UConn against the field. UConn undefeated again. UConn won the championship last year, and it's like UConn against the field. And we both said it's only one team that even has a chance to probably beat them, and that was South Carolina. And then we both was like, we don't even know if South Carolina can do it. So I'm so proud of them that they did it. I would love to see Texas beat UCLA. They already beat them once. UCLA has only lost one game this year, and they lost it to Texas. You know what I'm saying? So Texas, because that girl, I don't know her first name, but I think her last name is Booker. She's from Mississippi, black girl, and she a beast. I would love to see her go against South Carolina because I just love seeing sisters going at each other and playing good basketball, and that would be a game to watch.
Hey, Gino needs some niggas on that team, man. Like I'm watching the last few minutes of the game, and I'm like, okay, he got some black bitches, but ain't no niggas. I don't see no bitches that look like they from the hood. That look like they deep in the country somewhere, like the country bumpkin ass hoes. I see some.
Why would they want to go to UConn?
I see some black sophisticated ladies.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the point, bro. Like they going to South Carolina, they going to LSU, they going to them schools in the South, man. Which is why them schools been powerhouses, man. They going to Texas. Shit, they probably even going to UCLA on the West Coast. Them hoes from Compton. Shout out to the hoes in Compton, man. You know, out there, man. So, but yeah, Gino, you got to get some. If you want to compete in this new league, you got to get some nigga bitches, bro. It's okay to still get like a white bitch, like one white bitch, like a Paige or whatever, and they can even be the best player on the team. But you need at least 2, 3 country bumpkin assholes or hoes from the Bronx or the A that when you face in South Carolina and some of these other schools, they ain't afraid to get physical, bro. Because some of them black hoes you got seem like, huh?
I ain't scared.
Yeah, that's what you need. As far as Texas and UCLA, I ain't seen Texas all year. UCLA has been good. They got a top prospect on their team. But to your point, I did hear from my brother TTK that Texas did give UCLA a loss. So it's always good to see those kind of rematches. For me personally, I'm on the opposite side. I would love to see UCLA because of how good they've been face not UConn, but South Carolina, because I would love to see a great championship game. Man, y'all gotta do better though, man. We should have got South Carolina and UConn in the championship, not in the Final Four. I don't care about how y'all do the bracket. Y'all should have figured, hey man, this is the biggest money matchup. But as far as the men's go, man, like how you thinking about the men's Final Four so far?
I love it, man. That game, that UConn game against Duke last week, that was so much amazing thing to watch. It was like UConn was down the whole game, and they fought back. And man, shout out to Hurley. You know what I'm saying? He had a jacket hanging off his shoulder, and they hit the shot. He ran up on the referee like, "Yeah, man, yeah, man,
yeah, man,
yeah."
He probably that nigga right now.
And I want to see UConn win. And then I want to see UConn against Michigan. Uh, Arizona probably might win that game, but I want to see UConn against Michigan. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I want to see that because shout out to Jalen Rose because Buddy said that they're the best. They the best Michigan team that ever played. And Jalen Rose said you got to cut down the nets then. They already cut down the nets, Jalen. Now they got to just bring it home.
Yeah, man. This is probably the most chalk Final Four we either had in the men's and women's in a long time. I'm not a statistician, so I'd have to look at the stats, but all number one seeds made it for the women's.
Mm-hmm.
We got Michigan versus Arizona, 2 number one seeds. The number 2 UConn, they number two now, but they the repeating defending national champions. So they not a normal number 2.
Well, not really, because Florida won last year. But
My bad.
They went back to back 2 years ago.
They went back to back 2 years ago. So this is not a normal number 1. And then Illinois is probably like the biggest underdog, maybe like the biggest like, oh, where did Illinois come from? But they're number 3 seed though.
And also they got foreign players on their team.
Yeah.
So it's like they're almost like a what do they call it? Like a champion, not a championship team, but they're like a professional team.
Yeah, they got talent on their team, so it's not like people are stunned that they made it here. But this is definitely, like I said, the most chalk. If you did your bracket, you could have almost went damn near kind of went chalk and got to this point for the most part. UConn, man, I would love to see UConn versus Michigan, only because it's not like Bryce James is playing like that at Arizona. And it's not like Gilbert said their best player was not even really playing like that. Even though Arizona got a lot of talent on that team. That team is loaded. But I just feel like the biggest matchup you could see would be UConn and Michigan, because of how good Dan Hurley is, who, man, if he wins this national championship, he's already a star. He's gonna be a mega star. Like
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like he's probably the best coach in college men's basketball right now, man. What he's doing in UConn, and he doesn't have the players that some of these other schools have. Like he doesn't have an AJ DeBonza from BYU. He doesn't have a Dale Peterson from Kansas, man. He doesn't have a Darius Eckhoff from Arkansas. Like nobody on this team is probably gonna be a top 5 draft pick. But he just has very sound, good players that play basketball the right way and know how to play. And in Michigan, I see that team. I see the highlights of that team. That team just looks like they got a lot of talent. I understand why them niggas feel like they the best Michigan team to come through, because there's a lot of talent on that team, man. But they gotta finish it like Jalen Rose said, man. So I feel like that would be the match I want to see. And at this moment, if I had to pick a winner, like as much as I would go UConn, but I'm gonna go Michigan to win it all. They're gonna beat Arizona this weekend, and they're gonna win against UConn, because I think UConn gonna beat Illinois.
Yeah, I got Michigan winning it all too. I got Michigan winning it all, and I would love to see UConn just do it.
Me too.
Just because
I love to see greatness.
Because the level of NIL, they got a 4th year or a 5th year senior that's been there the whole time, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love when a guy, this is my school, I'm here, and he already got 2 chips. Let me go out with another one. So I would love to see UConn win it all, but I don't know if they can take down Michigan. And Arizona has been the best team all year, but I don't want to see Arizona in a championship.
Yeah, man, they just don't have they just don't pop to me. They just don't pop to me.
Yeah, I watched the game against, I want to say Purdue. I think it was Purdue they played last week. It was a good game, but
it's Purdue, man.
It's like, no, like I don't want to see y'all again. I don't want to see Arizona again. Yeah, I gotta watch them tomorrow. Against Michigan, but I don't want to see y'all guys.
I also don't want to see Gilbert celebrating, man. I also don't want to see that whole ass nigga on his podcast celebrating and going live, man. So I kind of would like to see them lose, so he can go to his pod and my nigga Rashad McCants can start saying on him like, "Hey, man, I had 15 in the first."
So I'm on my way to get 81.
No, I'm on my way to get 83. Who's 83?
Bam's 83.
Hey, it's out the mud with no more black tish. Moving on.
Who's 83?
Moving on to someone who said, "Who's that?" Hey, man, so if you've been keeping with the NBA, Jaden Ivey has exploded. He got released by the Bulls after he went on a rant talking about the alphabet mafia, the LGBT community or whatever, saying how the NBA celebrates Pride Month and they shouldn't be doing that, saying his religious beliefs as a Christian. After he got released, he then went on a rant saying that, we got men like Steph Curry and LeBron James that say they're men of God, but they're not saved, and saying how it's not about money and rings. And, I'll say this. There have been critics of his online, but a lot of NBA players in the community, from David Gafford from the Mavs, who wore a T-shirt that said something about faith ain't easy or faith is hard. He answered questions about it. He even made a comment saying, I don't want to get released. You had his teammates in Detroit who saw him recently. They all dapped him up and hugged him. I can't think of the one player in Detroit. It was one player in Detroit that damn near cried in the interview. One of the better players in Detroit, too. So I'm sorry I don't know his name. He damn near cried in the interview talking about him. There was players across the league, unfortunately, no big name niggas, but a lot of what you would call role players that show major love to him. My thoughts is, if this was TNT, I would have tears. Because I feel like him expressing his religious beliefs and that leading to his release, he shouldn't have got released for saying the truth, the gospel. And at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. Like, why is the league promoting something like that? And I just want people to hear this, what I'm about to say. We just had an online battle on TikTok a couple weeks ago, about the Atlanta Hawks having Magic City. Well, we had two hoes, Mariah Rose and someone else, Rochelle or whatever, talking about, fake feminism and all this other shit from men because they want to get rid of Magic City and the night in Atlanta. So the league was going to support that. Originally, the league was going to support that until the white boy Luke Cornett came out and said something. Then, on top of that, want to promote some of this shit at the games. And I'm just going to be real. You ain't got to condemn it, but why y'all got to have rainbows at the arenas? Why y'all got to say we doing Pride Month at the arenas? I'll be honest, I don't like when the WNBA do it, but I at least understand why the WNBA do it, because a lot of their best players is niggas. My bad, I mean, they gay. Like, they want to be men. So I at least understand, to appease our players, we gotta kind of support this bullshit, because a lot of our star players is gay, except for Aja. Aja and Caitlyn seem like my bad. And the girl out of Seattle, my girl, she played at UConn back in the day, Skylar Diggins. Yeah, those seem like the only three bitches that like dick. All the other hoes like pussy, and Angel probably go both ways, to be honest. That kind of makes sense why y'all would promote that. But the NBA, I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I think half y'all niggas is gay anyway in the NBA. But y'all ain't openly out. So if y'all want to promote all that pride shit, then y'all gotta come out. Now I need some of the star players, like a Kevin Durant, and I started thinking about this like a week or two ago. Damn, bro, KD been doing podcasts. They was asking why he ain't got no kids, why he ain't never been married. I ain't never seen him with no bitch. Niggas, you gay?
No, his hair just nappy. His hair just nappy. Nobody want to be seen with him, but they want to get that check.
Like, is you gay? And I ain't mad at you is, but my point is, man, for y'all to be promoting this shit, y'all must know which players in the league is gay, and there must be some huge names of niggas that's gay out there, bro. Because I don't understand it, bro. I think it's sad though that the man got released for this bullshit. Because, and man, I listened to both rants because I wanted to see. I kept hearing, oh, he said a lot of hateful shit. And I said, well, bro, let me see what hateful shit he done said, because I don't condone hateful shit against no community.
He didn't say anything hateful, though.
And I listened to both rants in its entirety. And now, obviously, he live streamed it, so I can only listen to the shit that was actually posted. But the shit that was actually posted for consumption, I was like, nigga, the craziest shit he said was calling Steph a non-Christian. But I'm going to be real, though. I'm going to be real. If you a real Christian, and let me stroll for like 2 minutes to get this point through. If you're a real Christian, and there's no disrespect to other people that claim to be Christians, y'all can't be lukewarm with y'all faith. Like, everything we need to know is in the book. It tells you What we supposed to do and we not supposed to do. I get questioned by one of my homeboys in JH. Well, you do this, so you think that's right? I don't never feel like that I'm living the perfect life and everything I do is the way it's supposed to be. I tell them all the time, like, yo, I do certain stuff and I feel bad that I did certain shit because I know I'm not supposed to do that. And that makes me feel bad because I'm still trying to get strong in my faith walk. But for y'all to kind of promote some of the debauchery that y'all promoting, and for some of these, in his words, Steph Curry, to not say nothing, Steph Curry should be, because out of all the players in the NBA, no one's been more vocal about their faith than him. It shouldn't be Jaden Ivey saying this bullshit. Steph should be the one saying, yo, man, why are we promoting this? This ain't some shit we should be promoting. Like, it's not good enough just to put some scriptures on your shoes, bro. Like, you got to actually promote the gospel and promote the good faith and promote the word. Now, I understand from his standpoint, he trying to become a billionaire like LeBron. And if you try to become a billionaire, this is the honest truth. You don't need that white people money nowadays. You need that gay money. So you got to promote, you got to go along to get along game to get that money. And I'm not mad at Steph. This is not an anti-Steph rant because I love Steph. But what I'm saying is that's probably the most hateful shit he might have said was the shit he said about Steph. But if you really in your faith the way you're supposed to be, if you on your faith walk the way you're supposed to be, he didn't say shit that was out of pocket, to be honest. He said the truth. Nigga, you the biggest Christian in the league. The first nigga that was supposed to come to his defense was you, Steph. You supposed to be the first nigga to grab a mic and be like, is this what we doing? We cutting niggas from speaking the religious truth?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying 100%, but I don't think he got cut for speaking the religious truth. I think he got cut because he was ASS. He was trash. And another thing, like he said that he was molested as a kid. You know who his mama is, right?
Yeah, the Notre Dame coach.
Yeah, so it's like she need to say something. Like, so who did you have him around that he got molested by? Because he said he got molested. So I need somebody to say something, Mom.
I mean, that story's probably already out there, to be honest, though.
It's not because he just said it.
He just said it?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't follow Jaden Ivey, so I don't know if maybe he's already kind of spoke his truth on that or not.
He didn't say who it was, but he said that he was molested as a kid. This was this week that he said that.
I remember that. I just didn't know if this was the first time he said it publicly.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, this was the first time he said it publicly, and he's like he had a porn addiction and some other things, and usually when people, I feel like he just finding his faith. And
that's another thing a lot of people have talked about. Like, and I'll say this from my perspective: when I was like 19, 20, refinding my faith for the first time, and a lot of people have this experience, it's so new and it's so overwhelming and overpowering that you just want to submerge yourself in it completely. It's almost like when you go on a diet. It's if I have a cheat day, oh my God, I can't believe I ate a cheeseburger. Like you feel so fucked up. So like for him, his eyes, and I ain't trying to speak for nobody. A lot of people have said this, and it was like this to me. When you really get into your faith and it's new to you, especially if you're still young, and this is a young man. Yeah. This is somebody that's like 25, 24 years old. Like your eyes open and you start seeing the world completely different, and you be like, yo, bro, this is not the world that I thought it was. So like to your point, like, yeah, he opened up and said that he's just really getting into his faith like he's supposed to.
But I need his mom to say something because mom, you can't, because it's not like he grew up in a home where he wasn't loved. He wasn't. But I wasn't there, so I don't know. But on the outside look in, it seems that he grew up in a good household. Your mom is the coach of Notre Dame.
So you want his mom to be like, explain how he got molested?
I want her to come out and say, at least say something like who you had him around, like who.
I mean, that's his story to tell, though. That's not the mom's story to tell.
No, it's her. She the coach of Notre Dame. Like she need to say something.
I feel you that it's his mom and she's in a prime position, but it's like I just look at her like
and where
can she say? Like, oh man, I had a brother and he used to watch him when I be at the games, and I didn't know my brother was doing that.
No, I just need her to say something. I just need her. I don't need her to explain.
I don't know what would she say. That's the only thing I can think. Like what would she say?
She would say like, yes, that happened, or no, it didn't happen.
I don't see the point of that because
for me, I do,
because her saying it didn't happen, like she don't know what because he might not have told his mom. We don't even know that.
But my thing is like, he made it seem like he was growing up in the ghetto. That's what kind of thing. But if she's the coach of Notre Dame,
oh no, she grew up great. But I mean,
he grew up
great.
A good life. So if she's the coach of Notre Dame, that's a religious school. Like they need to do some. They need to. Is it like the Penn State?
It could have been a priest. It could have been a priest that did it. Now.
That's what I'm saying. Is it like the Penn State? Like
possibly.
It's like you had him around different kind of women. It could because it could have been a woman that did it. It could have been a man that did it.
It could have been a woman.
But it's like I feel like she need to speak up and say something because when the things that he said to me, I grew up and I did this and after I, because it's like he make it seem like he grew up in poverty, but you didn't.
I mean, he probably didn't grow up in poverty, but I mean, he probably, and we hear about the prodigal son in the Bible all the time. He probably grew up with his mom being a coach at Notre Dame in a household that was very strict on faith. And he probably strayed away when he was younger, especially him being an athlete. Probably strayed away, was doing stuff he wasn't supposed to be doing. So maybe, he didn't grow up probably in the hood, but he might have hung with people that he should not have been hanging with. They could have led to like certain stuff happening and him doing certain stuff potentially. But,
I just hope I don't really feel like he's telling the truth. I think he's having a mental health crisis.
Telling the truth about what? About getting molested?
About everything, like everything, how he's feeling and all that coming out. Like, because he said that Jesus healed his knee, and then he told the team, Jesus healed my knee is healed. Jesus healed my knee, and then they had an MRI the next day. His knee was trash, and then he was causing issues in the locker room and things like that. So it's like,
what? I didn't know the issues were. I didn't know because he said, "Hey, bro," he supported his teammates, and the last 3 days, a lot of players on his former teams have came out and publicly supported him.
Yeah, on his former team, but not on his new team. So these are, but what
he's doing, rehabbing though, like that's the
part. He wasn't saying all this stuff when he was with Detroit.
Man, like he probably knew his paper. When you rehabbing, and I'm only going off what athletes say on podcasts. When you rehabbing, I forgot who it was. It was Akeem Talib. He said, I got closer with Peyton Manning his last year because Peyton was rehabbing, I was rehabbing, and the only people that you're around is other people who rehabbing. So most of the time, when you rehabbing, you're not even around the players that are actively playing. So unless he's just talking shit to the other niggas rehabbing, which I don't know who on the Bulls is rehabbing.
But football and basketball, that's two different sports. So we can't those apples and oranges. So we can't say how football.
That's what Jaden Ivey said. I'm rehabbing. I haven't been around the team. So I haven't heard no NBA player come out like Charles Barkley, Shaq say, he lying. When you rehabbing, you do be around the players.
But who's gonna step up and say something like that?
That's what until a player tells me what he's saying is not true, I'm going off of what I've heard other athletes and other sports say. When you rehabbing, you not at the facility with the other players because you're in a different part of the facility doing something different. So like what was he doing with the Bulls players that was detrimental to the team? We need to know that. This is a talented player that has he performed at the level that people thought he could perform at? Nah. But if he does not get picked up, I feel like it's clear he got cut for this. I feel the same about Colin Kaepernick. It's clear. If you got eyes and you just being realistic, we know why he got cut. He made this rant. He got cut for talking about that community. Mm-hmm. And the Bulls decided to say, you know what, bro? You're not even playing right now. And we're going to just cut you, my nigga.
And I don't have a problem with because I believe that too. I believe that too, but I also believe that he's going through some things. I also believe that he's going through some things. So some of the things that he's saying, I don't even think he really believes it. I think he just saying.
But what he doesn't believe, that's why I want to know what is he saying that you think he don't believe?
The way
because I really didn't want to get into the mental health aspect of it because of the simple fact.
But you got to.
Nah, because it's too many podcasts and clips I've seen where people are using the mental health aspect because it's easier to talk about that than the actual faith part of it.
Yeah, but you have to get into that because he wasn't doing this when he got drafted.
Where he in a different point in his life right now.
But still, you wasn't doing this when you got drafted.
He in a different point in his life. Like the man said, I found God, I'm in a different point of my life.
But obviously, his mom and his parents raised him in the church. So how you just find him? You ain't just found him, you refound him.
Okay, yeah, he just refound his faith.
So and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not so.
And that could be the mental health crisis. The mental health crisis could be all the shit that if he refound his faith the way he's saying he has, and he's seeing the way he's supposed to be living, the way the world's supposed to be. And Jason Whitlock talked about this. That is very hard when you be like, yo, bro, I'm in this fucking world.
How is it very hard when you're a millionaire and you got all these dollars? That's hard when you ain't got no money.
I'm talking about from the faith aspect because you're looking at the way that you're supposed to be living.
How often do they get drugged?
In the NBA, not as often as other leagues because most of the drugs are legal, like smoking weed. And
a lot of people that be on different types of psychotropic drugs definitely go through a phase of hyper religion. And if that could be the case, he could possibly be having a schizophrenic episode or some type of reaction to being on all these different types of drugs and under the stress. And the reason why his mom ain't gonna come out and speak about it because it's just building on bad publicity. I don't remember who I was watching or listening to the other day, and it was talking about Chile, about the whole political thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember who said it, but it was like the moment other people start saying the same thing, it's just going to keep ramping up the story. You hope Kanye West just have a bad day and it take the news off of you. I think that she has been a coach long enough to know that all publicity ain't good publicity. If she speak up and say something, it's just going to put more eyes on him. And he's probably having a mental health episode. That's probably why he got cut. That's probably why they traded him. That's probably why they got him in rehab, which is probably just going to walk him out of playing professionally and probably getting him into some type of help. But that's the reason why they're probably not talking about it. It has to be something medical because it's a HIPAA violation. So when you start adding the medical aspects on it, they're going to try to keep it undercover. And if it's mental health, that sounds more believable than anything else.
Hey, man, I mean, I'm be honest, bro. I listen to the rants. I ain't seen no crazy nigga talking, bro.
You not go see a crazy nigga talking.
I ain't seen no, because that's
why. But the thing about it is, I feel like it's something was going on with him because the first rant he had was on an airplane.
Yeah.
And the stewardess told him, put your phone off, turn your phone off. We about to take off. And what he did, continue to talk, continue to go on the spill. Like it's like if you were in your religious faith, then you got to follow rules too.
Nah, man. But
yes,
because you can't tell somebody how to move when the spirit moving them. Because I don't know. Like if in that moment he might have felt something that was like, yo, I need to get this off my chest right now.
So why you got to be online?
Why he got to be online? Because that's where he wanted to reach the people. Probably. I don't know.
But you can record. But why you got to be online? Not live. But why you got to be online?
I can't tell other people how to express their faith. Just because I express my faith one way and Nicole express her faith one way. I can't say that's wrong, right or wrong, long as she's spewing the gospel. So I can't tell. Like when I'm in church, I can't. When someone's shaking and doing a Harlem Shake, I don't know if they put on a show, or I don't know if they're being overcome.
But so like, that man is on a commercial flight. When somebody said put your phone in airplane mode, I got a pastor. My pastor gonna hang that phone up. Hey man, I'll hit you back up, or I'm gonna get back on live. Like he could do live videos all the time. And he'd be on the plane. He's like, hey, with my girl, about to go handle some business, pray for your boy or something. And then he gets off. There's no
that's someone in his right mind, though. I'm saying, like.
That's what we're saying, though, Levert. That man in his right mind.
But that's why I'm not really feeling the mental health shit, because that's easy to say. Like, if God takes over me right now and I start talking crazy to y'all, Y'all don't know what God has, like, is working in me right now. So it might sound crazy to y'all because God's not in y'all at that moment. So y'all just, like, y'all might think I'm talking crazy. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying just a religious person is going to just start get on a plane and start talking crazy and going to disregard the stewards. What I'm saying is, if God moved him here at that moment and is trying to get him to get that message out of that moment, at that moment, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about, I'm trying to get this message off right now. I'm not worried about the stewardess. I'm not worried that I'm on this plane. If I'm in the car driving and God overcome me, I might pull up to the side of the road and be like, yo, I got to get this testimony out right now.
Let me get on live. Let me get on live right now.
That's where the people at.
Let me get on live.
Be so much in the spirit where I can see you pulling over because you got enough common sense to know you controlling the vehicle.
Yes.
I ain't never seen nobody so much in the spirit on no plane where they got to be in the spirit and be focusing on a cell phone at the same time.
Hey,
I can't even see it.
I ain't seen it, but I read a whole bunch of Bible stories of people doing crazy shit because God was working in them in that moment. So it's like, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is when God working in you in that moment, like you get into a phase. I just told you, Rose, me and MJ be talking. And sometimes I go on long rants when I'm talking, and he'd be like, damn, bro, you was preaching. I'd be like, man, my bad. I'll talk 5 minutes straight and not even realize I talked 5 minutes straight.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I'm talking, I'm saying what's on my heart at that moment. I'm just speaking it out. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not thinking about the words as they come out.
Next time you do that, you need to go live and do it too.
Hey, man. Final thoughts.
Yeah, my final thoughts is Puka Nacua. Check yourself in rehab, but he about to sign the biggest contract a wide receiver ever signed. But check yourself in the rehab. What kind of rehab you got to check yourself in for being a racist? I don't know what
they're running a Black History program.
somebody let me know what he checked in at.
You know what's crazy?
So somebody let me know what he checked in at.
I'm black, man. Say what you want to say about them people, dog, because he ain't saying nothing about niggas.
Yeah, but somebody gotta let me know.
I ain't gonna say what people he talking about, but
they come up with all kinds of shit for
know,
everybody but us.
You know
what rehab you gotta check yourself into because what
man, them people. Hey,
was he drinking too?
Rose,
tell me, I need to go there too.
The two most powerful groups in this country is the one that Jaden Ivey just offended, and the one I'm not gonna say the group because I'm not trying to get in trouble, but the group that Puka's offended. Those are two most powerful groups in America.
What did he say? Something about the Jews?
Yeah,
I ain't finna say nothing.
Yeah, you can't say nothing. I can say it. I ain't say nothing about the people. You know, y'all can't know. You can't put your fingers on the Jews, and you can't put your finger on the LBG.
I need to know that rehab that where he at, like the Jew conflict rehab.
The rehab
what I gotta say to go?
Leave these people alone, and they gonna show them pictures of niggas.
I need to go there too.
You can say what you want about these people right here.
I need to go there rehab because I need to know what they teaching them over there.
Right.
I need to go there.
Teach them how to hate.
I need to be there.
Just hate a Pacific
Malcolm X in that bad boy.
I need to be there. That's the place. If I need to ever go to rehab, that's the rehab I want to go to. That's my final thoughts.
Hey, for those who are wrestling fans, man, we approaching WrestleMania season, man, and it's sad because a wrestler that I grew up watching as a kid, he passed away, 2 years ago. And he finally is getting his just due and entering the Dirty Hall of Fame. And I was telling MGH about it, man. And, he won 2 world championships in WCW, 2 world championships in Dirty F. He was a very big, ferocious dude. He had great matches with Undertaker at WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels at Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. He had a crazy match where he jumped off the top rope and broke his leg. And for those who might know this dude now, I'm talking about Psycho Sid, man. Like, he was always somebody that was just like 6 feet tall, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", ferocious dude going toe-to-toe with the biggest dudes in the industry. And he's getting his just due, man. He's one of the greatest to ever do it, man. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just sad that they put him in, a little bit too late, man. Shout out to the mama.
Got him. Mr. DJ Rose, Vert Keezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Rock first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.